Now, why should an honors degree take 4 years? Sometimes people ask. Well, there are historic reasons for this. For one, it's just the way it's done in Scotland. But also, really, there are good things, a lot of good things to say about a 4-year education. Overall, you will be more well-rounded in the study of religion, in the study of divinity, if you do the 4 years. I already talked a little bit about the difference between theology and religious studies, just to deepen that a little bit. In divinity or theology, the focus of your studies would be on the Christian tradition. That is probably the single biggest difference. Whereas in religious studies, you'd be looking at a variety of religious traditions, ranging from monotheistic religions such as Judaism or Islam to the indigenous religions of Africa and North America, or indeed more recent religious phenomena such as New Age or Scientology, etc., etc. Also, if you do a degree, or if you do the MA in Divinity, you'd be more likely probably to encounter what you could call the insider perspective. That is, you would be studying and learning about theology from a theological point of view, whereas in religious studies, the tendency would be to take an outsider position and talk about religion and religious history, the history of religions, from, say, a historical or anthropological or sociological point of view. But it's also important to point out that these 2 degrees, the MA in Divinity and the MA in Religious Studies, are not by no means mutually exclusive. If you're doing the MA in Divinity, you can take a good number of courses also in Religious Studies and vice versa. Now, what can you do with a degree in Divinity and Theology or Religious Studies? Basically, I would say this is a degree, it's a kind of liberal arts degree that teaches you a lot of important skills that are important in a great variety of professions. We put a lot of emphasis on teaching our students how to write essays, for example, how to learn how to give presentations, etc. I've just collected a couple of things here that some of our recent graduates from the MA degrees have done. We have people who, after their graduation, have worked for the media. A lot of people develop an interest in secondary school teaching, that's quite popular. But we also have people who have gone on to do things in sales and marketing and advertising, conversion courses to the legal profession, for example. People work as care assistants. There's really a great variety of things you can do with these degrees. And just my final slide, really. If you cannot make it to the tour at 2 p.m. but still want to have a look at the building and get a sense of what it's like, the building is located on Mount Place, which is when you, if you see where Princes Street is in Edinburgh, there's a street that winds up towards the Royal Mile, meanders up the hill, and we are on that street to the right. It's a building with 2 tall spires that you've seen on the image. It's very centrally located. It's a little bit, it's a 10 minutes walk from here, from the central area, George Square. That means that we are a bit apart, you might say, but there are also very tangible benefits to that, because we have our own building and we really have this sense of community, as I said earlier. But it's easy for you, if you're a new college, to walk the 10 minutes to George Square and participate in student life. Student associations, I think, are mostly located around the George Square area. Of course, the main library is also here, and you may have to also use the main library in addition to our very beautiful and big collection in the School of Divinity itself. Just to reiterate, really, a lot of everything that I've said now you'll also find on our website. Here's the web address, the URL, so make a note of that. And as I said, I can only encourage you to explore this website. If you want to talk to someone or send an email with more specific questions, you can write to this email address, and the recruitment advisor, that is currently myself, will be happy to try and help you along. Also recently, some of our students have created a new Facebook group called New College Edinburgh. It's just gone live, I think, a month or 2 ago. So it's still in the process of development, but that could be also perhaps just a good platform for you to exchange views and get in touch with current students, particularly post questions, and maybe have a discussion about what new colleges like, how to apply, etc., etc. And then just one final word to remind you that there's this video on our website. There's a 10-minute video tour of New College. Again, especially if you can't make it to the tour today, that would be, I think, a good thing for you to look at.